Hey guys, it's Andrew from Apex Trades. I hope you're well. Not been on for a while, and that's predominantly because, well, I needed some time to chill. Let's be honest. I was doing content for the sake of doing content, which is scalping and very high risk. And I'd have good days, which luck is half the time, right? But eventually, that top is massively creased. I should have ironed this. Massively outweighed by you have one bad day and then you snookered, right? You hit your blow up, and I just think, do you know what? This isn't what I want my content to be. My content was always about how I trade, a little bit of education, also live trading, right? So I'll still be doing that, but I'll be sticking to what I've always known to be true in terms of how I trade, which is reverse trading at third standard deviation, sometimes second. But the reason I've had a little bit of time to think is one of the things that always used to get me on the reverse trading was that precise point at which I think it's going to turn. And so I've spent a lot of time kind of analysing charts, understanding different things. And so let's dive in, right? Let's go and show the setup about what I'm looking for, and then we'll do some live trading. So I've got about 4 or 5 accounts loaded up. You can see here, I think there's 250Ks, 300Ks, and a 150K. Don't plan on passing the 150 or the 300Ks today. I hope I can probably pass the 50Ks today. Maybe not. But you'll notice there's a couple of extra gadgets, widgets, and indicators here. So this is the money flow index, right? Way back when in my BTC trading days, when I used to trade a lot of BTC, I always used to use the money flow index a lot, because the money flow index is it's a momentum indicator, but it's a little bit like the RSI. But for me, it has one advantage over the RSI, which is it also incorporates volume. And then this at the top is what's called the VIX fix. So it's basically a measure of volatility. And I've added the third standard deviation into that. So essentially, when the volatility gets to that third standard deviation, there's a potential where the move could look exhausted, right? And things could start to calm down a little bit. This isn't anything other than a metric for potentially looking at a blow off top, a blow off bottom, whatever it would be. It will highlight when volatility is like over 300% over the average. And the closer you get to that third standard deviation, it's massively out of proportion. So we can see here right now, we're on the 15-minute, right? Price is starting to move down. However, we're screaming long on all indicators, right? And I'll show you from the 4-hour, right? If I look at the 4-hour right now, look, we're right at that kind of bottom of the money flow index. So momentum should start to shift upwards. Now the 4-hour could take a lot more time, so I'm not using that alone as an indicator. If we look at the 1 hour, also at the bottom, right, we're just starting to curve up. And then go to the 15-minute. 15-minute is potentially going to curve down. What I'd love to see is the shorter time frame indicators to start going near the bottom, because when all of these align, short term, medium term, and long term indicators are all near the bottom of exhaustion, specifically when we're around that third standard deviation, then there's a good potential that we could anticipate a nice turn, and not just a small change, but actually a rather large one, right? Into the 5-minute, kind of peaking up right in that middle, so difficult to take a trade short term right now. What I'm waiting for really is potentially another bottom. I'm hoping that this move down to the bottom here, when we hit that second standard deviation and we're right at the bottom of the money flow index, and also the volatility index was peaking, wasn't that move, because we did come up to VWAP, we've came back a little bit lower, and I'm just kind of waiting now to see a little bit more of a move down again. And if you look at this, the highs are getting lower, so this high is higher than this high. What I don't want to see is this to peak above here, because theoretically that might mean that there's a potential shift in the short-term pattern of starting to go higher. The other thing I'm looking at the moment is this is the TPO for the day. Obviously there's a lot of targets above in terms of single prints. but we're also finding a support mechanism here just at the bottom. So you can see this was from 12th of March. So this is we're on the 31st of March today. So we have got some local low support a few weeks ago. We haven't taken the low yet here. That's that low that was at 19,133. But obviously we have gone lower because we went down as low as 18k odd, right, a few weeks ago. So it's difficult. For me, it's a difficult trading market, specifically because I'm a reverse trader and I'm looking for a long now. The fact that we're so short. That's where I'm at. But we are going to start on the 50Ks. And I don't know whether to just chance along because of this low here. The fact that this was protected, and even further back it was protected before. The only problem is we're kind of in no man's land at the moment. So I would like to see some... Let's see. So we're kind of in the middle again on the 1 minute. So that's me opening gambit. That's where I think I would like to start seeing prices start to shift up, but I would like to see a little bit more of a move down. I wish I would have caught this. I'd have been happy to catch that. I just never, because I was setting up and whatnot. So I'll hit pause for now, and should we see any changes, you know, I'll explain what I'm doing and what I'm thinking as I'm going. It's currently Monday. Plenty of evals. I have no PA accounts at all. I haven't traded for probably about 4 weeks, actually. Maybe a bit less, 3 weeks. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, I'll hit pause, and if I see something interesting, I shall hit play. Actually, what I'm going to do is tempt a 300k, right? I'll just do one contract, and I'm going to go long. Let's see where it takes us, right? So I'm in on one contract on a 300k on the basis that it's hit this low here at second standard deviation. But we shall see. Oh, already it's looking a little bit fucking wavy. Current year low. Wow, okay, so that was the low of the year. And we're in March. Will this hold? We shall see. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you guys bored. I'm going to go pause, and I'm in on one contract on a 300k, but let's see how things move. Okay, so prices moved up a little bit, which is good for us. We're in an okay spot. Obviously, I'm keeping my eye on this at the moment, and maybe I might take profit if it comes up here. Where are we on the 15 minute? Rejected at the VWAP again. The only thing that I would do like is we didn't take the low. So like we came up, we made a lower high, lower low, kind of lollygagged around here. Then we made kind of a new high. I don't know if that is, probably just tipped it. But it didn't make a new low. So really, we're in a range right now. And I'm just kind of watching and seeing how things move. Got plenty of upside potential on the 15 minute. What's the hour look like? Got plenty of upside on the hour. If you look on here, plenty of momentum available to us. Trouble is, you know, for the last few days, the hour hasn't really got past this, but that was some sell-off. The last few, days up to a week has been massive sell-offs, right? And that's not to say that it's going to end by any stretch of the imagination, but let's see. Let's go back to the 5 minute. Tempted to add. Added. I'll also add again if it comes back down. Let's see where this 5 minute closes. You can see on the CVD, right? We've seen a lot of selling pressure coming in. The fact that that's red. But it's getting absorbed, right? Which is a good sign. Because the volume hasn't turned red. what this has in terms of market shorter. So people who are trying to aggressively short the market, it's just getting absorbed at the moment, which is good. But volume, still 40 odd seconds left. Yeah, I want to see if this volume candle turns red. Good. Don't like the way we've got momentum available to us on the downside. Be really interesting if this breaks. That's a large candle. And we've still got 3 minutes left. It's topping out at the bottom. It's a lot of resistance. Finding a lot of support here at the moment. See where this closes. See if it breaks this low. Just trying to see how far back we have to go to where that low was put in. So we're talking September and then August. See, this thing's still got plenty of downtime. It's got plenty to go on the 5 minute, and we're not even close to topping out on the volatility. So I think any move up is short term right now. Let's say on the 50Ks, I'm just going to try and do it where we just try and pass it. Let's do minus 10. Let's try and do it in 3. Alright, we're in. This one could be over quite quick. That's selling pressure. Damn. Okay, that's that one gone. Let's try the other one. Are we already in? Why is it only saying 9? Oh yeah, we're in one contract. 2 contracts, 10. There we go. So we're gonna start layering out as we go. I'm doing that market. Take one off. Take another one off. It's like it's in a stranglehold at the moment. You can see big large orders keep coming in on the sell side. Just looks like this is going to break any second. This is the kind of thing that can sometimes happen when it looks very bearish on the eye, and then all of a sudden, you know, all of that selling pressure, people trying to short the market, absolutely propels it to the upside. But yeah, that one's gone as well. Okay, over to the 150. I'm still going long. I'm just waiting. No, not yet. I'm also going long on the other 300k as well. Is that one still going? Yeah. Let's go with this one. We're long on 2 300ks and 1 150k. Oh, and now we've had a breakthrough. Okay, so let's see where this wants to take us. We're on the 50. We've got some play though. And the other ones, I mean, this would be great down here. Start really layering into this. As we come down into that 3rd standard deviation would be beautiful. What are we on the 150? I want this to flash green and this to touch the bottom. Actually, on the 5 minute. Still got a bit to go on the 5 minute. 2 minutes to go on that. See if we can get down to this 3rd standard deviation. I wish I was patient. If I would have been more patient, this would have been great, waiting for this to kind of close down here, but I wasn't. But we're still okay. I mean, we're only in one contract on the 150k and on the 300k. I think one of the 300ks were on 2 contracts, which is going to be a little bit less. Yeah, 2,000, but we've got 7,500 on the drawdown on that, so I'm not too worried just yet. Let this do its thing first. S2's all the way down there. Keep coming down, baby. Starting to flash. on the VIX. Come on, baby. Keep coming lower. Just going in with another one there. I'm also going to go in. I'll leave that for now. We'll go on the other one. I'll have one in here. And then we'll do 2 if we get down to the 3rd standard deviation. Or there or thereabouts. I don't think on the daily we've taken a high from the previous day in a while, right? So if you look here, that took that high, this didn't take a high, this didn't take the high, and this didn't take the high. We haven't taken the high of the previous day in 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Well, actually the 4th day did. Well, hey. It's time to come down again. This is actually what I want to see though. It gets more risky the further down you go, obviously because of the drawdown. Let's sample another little 2. Just need a little bit of a touch. It's close enough. Do the same on the other one. Let's wait for it to go a bit lower. I'll do. Got a bit more swing on the. Got more swing on the 300s obviously than the 150. What ideally we could do with this bouncing, but this ticks pretty much the majority of my boxes. The only box that hasn't ticked is it hasn't taken an object of liquidity, although I would argue Asia's low is an object of liquidity. So it is. This is how I would trade, and if this fails, you know, it is what it is. But I'm true to how I would trade. I'm not scalping. I'm you know, angling in as prices going further away from balance, which is VWAP. See what the next 5-minute candle brings. Going slightly later on that one. Still way off on that one. We do breaking this little high here. See, the first breakout for me is never the first breakout. Like, it'd be too easy to jump on a long because everyone's going to be long and thinking that it's going to reverse. Usually what you tend to see is a bit of a push up, then another down, make a new low, and then it'll rocket on. So my options are I could take some off the table, and then with that idea expect price to come back down first. Just want to see if we can get up to Asia's low. You see where it's hit the bottom, and then that's where it's pushing up again. You know, right, VIX at the highest, in line with the bottom, right at the bottom of the money flow, and that's when we're seeing a little bit of a bounce. So this does provide a lot more kind of refinement. Didn't quite hit 3rd standard deviation, but it is a good indicator for sure. You can see the CVD there is dark green. That's a lot of aggressive buying, right? Yeah, market. But I can't ask for any better conditions. This is exactly how I trade. 3rd standard deviation. I should have been more patient on the 50Ks. Literally, the moment I started trading the 50Ks, the arse just dropped out of it. My own fault. Let's see how we get on with the Asia low. Okay, we managed to get through that. Now where's the stay and test? Does this now become resistance? If we can break through this zone here with good gusto, should have maybe taken 2 off there. This is that level that was really difficult to get through before, you see. But if we make a new low, I'd be happy to go long again, because in my opinion, this is what I see a lot of. Price comes, you know, the first attempt, get everyone long, thinking we're going to get the push, and then shake the initial players out, and then go long again. It's all just theory and guesswork, let's be honest. Market just does what market does. You just got to be prepared. think it's why I like the bigger accounts, because you get more flexibility, more wiggle room. Love to see it break through here. I think on the, let's see. I think I'm gonna add 4 here. So that puts me on 6 in total. I think on this one, I'm gonna add another. Don't like adding unless it's down below. I won't add on this one. Not yet. Still got the open in 40 minutes. Nice push. Nearly a parity here. See if we can get green here. We were in a pretty grim position on this one, to be fair, so I wouldn't mind just taking some off this one if we get up. What are we at? 6? Yeah, that's... we are buying, aren't we? So we want to take 4 off. Ideally in profit, though. Let's cover. Let's take 2. So now... now we have... Now we're only in for 2, but... Let's see... Yeah, it's a good spot. Let's just leave that for now. Let's see, let's go back to the here. Where are we at now? We're 3,000. What's our target? 9, isn't it? On a 150k account. I just really like this position. I just like the trades we took down there, and like we've still got the open to go. I'm not in any rush to take anything off just yet. Let's just see how it plays out a little bit. Where I'd look to take off is if... What I do like is, you see this low here? So this low also coincided with the low of literally at that point. And then the next low didn't... It's a diversion, right? A deviation, rather. We have a lower low on price, but a higher high on money flow index, which means it's bullish. So there's that. See how the other 300k is doing. We'd have 4 on that one. I haven't added to that yet. I'm just going to let that one play for a bit. Okay, I'm just going to hit pause for a bit. Well, actually, I won't hit pause. I'm just going to make a cup of coffee and I'll leave this to continue out. So not much has changed, I see. Need a bit more volatility to kick in. Still got plenty of upside potential on the 5 minutes, so I'm not too bothered yet. If that got up higher, I would certainly look to take some profit. If you look at the 15 minute, sorry for yawning. Just plenty of upside potential, right? Ooh, just shot up nicely there. That was a nice move. Let's continue higher then, baby. Challenge for me is, what do we do for the open? Does it do that blast off where it just goes higher, or does it say, nah, fuck you, mate, we've been bearish for the last few weeks, I'm going to continue in that format? I just keep looking at this 4 hour and look, on its arse, volatility is high, you know, it's due a move up. So hopefully we're going to maintain this. Don't know whether we'll maintain it to get to the full 9k in one trade, but I see no reason to close any trade just yet. He says as price starts barreling down. It's like, yeah, we'll let you play for a bit. We'll let you think price is going to go higher, but just for a bit. Let us refill at the gas station, and then Let's get to our final destination, which is Hell Highway. See, we are topping off here as well, so it would make sense that we should see a little bit of a move down, at least on lower time frames. Do you know what I would do on this one? I would look to add. Let's leave that one be. It's a lovely 1 minute candle. And 4 contracts is absolutely enough to get us there. I don't think we need to add anything now, if I'm honest. Only if we come back down, I'd look to add, but not on a move up, because theoretically, if we do start going higher, we're virtually halfway now on the 150k. So no reason to go crazy and start adding. What I would love to see is a nice move up at the open, which we haven't seen for a long time, by the way. Keeps getting rejected at the what was support now acting as resistance. You can see it's difficult to break through. Them long wicks are just not good, are they? Just all getting absorbed. Thing is, if it breaks through this though, it will go, because there's a lot of sellers who are trying to push it down, expecting the next leg down. Maybe too strong. I'm gonna go with this one if this one comes down. It's good buying strength, that. If it can maintain it, that's good buying strength. Because now, what does it look like? Like, as I look at that, it looks, you know, leg down, push back up. To most people, you're shorting right now, because it looks like price is going to go and make another leg down. And the trouble is, that's what a lot of people will naturally think. Short, short, short. Really what it's looking for is for fuel for longs to trap those shorts. I don't know if this is a trap, but it looks like you should be on the short side at this moment in time, not the long side. But all of my indicators are kind of shouting long to me. We've got 15 minutes before the open. It's going to be a crazy ride, whatever happens. No news today. I'm going to get back in. I'm going to add 6 at second standard deviation if it comes down that far. Let's go back to the 150. Yeah. The trouble is, when we was as high as here, we were 4k in profit. So if we come back down to here, I think I'm allowed 5,000 on a 150k account. It's 5,000 drawdown. So like, realistically, there's not much more breathing space beyond this before I'd lose the account. That's the trouble with drawdown. And if you don't take profits, it's just, you know, it's just a good trade location. It's a good trade, and I mean, maybe I'd take profit at VWAP if it got that high. Who knows? And then work on a couple of K. And statistically, the numbers get harder and harder and harder, because 300k, you need 20k to pass, and you only get 7.5k drawdown. So it's really difficult to make it. Let's see what the open brings in 5 minutes. Nice push just before the open. No. It's about halfway through the challenge now. If we keep pushing higher. Just like a nice strong push from the open. That's what I would like to see. The reason I'm suspicious about this move is the volume. Still got time to go, but if the volume's not there on a big move, it's just sellers allowing the push to happen to trap a load of longs. That's what I'm nervous about. If volume continues higher though, that would be a nice sign. If anyone's into anime, I watched this season the other day called Solo Leveling. Oh my god, it's probably one of the best things I've ever seen. If you'd ever get a chance to watch it, let me know what you think. I haven't seen the second season yet though. Okay, we are 39 seconds away from open. Let's see what happens, baby. Just get ready. Let's get this bit. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Showtime. Ah, no. What am I on about? The clocks have gone back, so now it's 2:30. There's another hour. Ah, got myself mixed up. Sorry, my fellas. My bad. There's another hour before it opens up yet. I was incorrect. Right, I'll pause for a bit, guys, so you're not bored waiting and listening to me waffle on. Okay, so things have got a little bit juicy, and I'm going to have to take some off because we're at the top of the 5 minute, right? So unfortunately, we're doing really well, but I'm going to close this here. Right, and that puts us in a good spot. So price continued higher. We're at 6.5, so... Sorry. Sorry. But that was just good trading, right? Because look at the concept, right? We started the long here. We come all the way back up to VWAP, which is balance, and also...
Sounds like you've nailed that
We're at
trade.
the point of control for the day on the TPO. So two big resistive areas, right? So I don't think it's a bad idea to have took that profit there. It's put us on 6.5. That now leaves us with 3.5 to go. Sorry, 2.5k to go, which I think is very possible. So that's good. But where are we on the actual on the big number? So what are we at here? We're at 6k here. This is on the 300k. So perhaps we can hold this a little bit longer. Or maybe not. I mean, that's probably not a good idea, is it really? Let's just see. If we can get back up to VWAP, I'll take this off as well. I think that's a savvy move.
Sounds like a solid plan. Taking some profits like VWAP keeps things balanced. Holding onto that position could be risky, so maybe playing it safe is the way to go.
Just waiting to get a little bit above 6k.
Yeah, just keep an eye on it. If it hits that level, locking in those gains might be...
Back and bit us on the bum.
Nice one. Looks like a solid move.
I'll do is... Okay, so we're out of that, but we've also still got the other 300k, which is here. And you know, I think we should take this as well. I think that's 3 good moves.
Yeah,
and this,
solid
you know,
moves.
in the past, what I'd be doing is trying to, you know, pass them all in one go, one day, and all that stuff. But on the 3 accounts, I'm, you know, fairly happy. On this one, 6.5k. On this one, just shy of 2k. I think because I averaged in and took a couple off, that's why I got snookered on that one. This one we should be about 6.5k as well. So just over 13.5k to go on the 300k, and this one. So we can't be too disheartened. That's you know, collectively 6, so 13k, nearly 15k across 3 accounts, and we lost 250ks. And in all honesty, if I'd have been patient enough, which I wasn't, this move happened. You know, this is when I got in on I started long in here, and you know, stupid, but I should have waited. But let's see what happens. Let's see if we get a bit of a pullback. There's a lot in the long favor. Like I said before, we've got the 4 hour, the 1 hour. I think even the 15-minute is well, it's in the middle. But the 1 hour, right, we're just starting to peak up. So definitely another potential. But let's see what the open brings. I'll be really pleased if I can pass the 150k today. That would be lovely. But that's a nice rejection off that 3rd standard deviation there. Okay, I'll hit pause and then I'll come back on when I take a trade. See what I'm thinking at the moment. At the open, I'd like push down to get everyone thinking bearishly and to go long again. Maybe at this zone here where we've got this bit of a gap. If we look at that on not on that, but if we look at that gap on here, right, what are we on? That's, yeah, we do have that gap there, right? This is tick charts as well, so there is a genuine gap there. So I could see, I would like that to come down into this zone somewhere around here and then go long again and then hopefully get that 3k. That would be lovely. I'll hit pause and let's wait for the fireworks. Okay, team, buckle in. We are 3 minutes out from New York. I think that was the low, personally. I do believe that was the low. I'm just a little bit nervous and a little bit scared. But it, you know, it turns out to be the right idea, right? Because we marked the top of the money flow indicator, and it was spot on. Because if we'd have held on, it wouldn't have been a good thing, because we'd have been sweating buckets by now, and we'd have lost a lot of that capital. So we're not in a bad spot. I don't know. I don't like it. Where are we on the 1 minute? Yeah, we're already down there, aren't we? I think it's okay to go in with one contract here. I think it's okay to go with one contract here, like that. That was nicely timed. And I think we can go in with one contract here, also nicely timed. So we're a few minutes away from open. Let's see what she does. Let's get back to this, because this is our worst position right now, because we got in a little bit late early. But let's see. Let's see what she does. I'll go back in there. So I'm on 2 contracts now. The maximum we were at was 4. Don't think I want to go above that, to be honest. 17 seconds before commercial suicide. Let's see what happens. 2, 1, here we go. Push down initially. And push up. And we'll take that. The reason we're taking that is because now we're not that far away, and I think price is probably going to come back down again before it goes back up. So let's go. like it to just come underneath here is where I'd take a long. I'm also looking at this, so I want this to come down a bit more. Now it ties in perfectly for a nice little rejection. Should just wait. Not yet. Still got a bit of room to go. Just waiting. Just want to see. There's a big push. Okay, can it keep coming down? That's second standard deviation now. Let's see if it makes a new low. Chance 1 here. Okay, it's made a new low. We're only in on one contract, so just gonna hold this for now. I'm going at this 2 at this VRVP line here. Let's brought that back up. Gone in 3, so I'm at 6 now. Need a reaction. Open buyer step in here. Wow. It's just another bloodbath. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Another bloodbath. Where are we on this one? Got 6. Do 10. Now at 23. There's another one gone. Okay, so what are we at now? Wow. This is just crazy. Let's take 5 off. Another 5 off. Oh, 13k, so we've got another 9 or something to go. Let's just keep this going. That was an insane sell-off. Absolutely insane sell-off. What is it on the, that is the 5 minute, so it's massively oversold on the 5 minute. Still got a bit of work on the 1 minute. Can't get up from there though, can it? I mean, I'm at 13,000. I don't know whether to just take it off the table and then wait for another opportunity. Or hold. Keep chipping away with one contract. 19k is, I feel like it's what it wants. Wants to get below 19k, doesn't it? If I go back above 13k, I'll take it. More blood required first. That's a good response, that though. Do I want to be taking this off here? That's a really good response. If this can close bullish. This is S2. Massively oversold on the 5 minute. Really just need this to start turning up. That's another 2. Because I'm not going to be here, I'm just going to add a 3 contract sell here. I'm going to take the camera away. I've got to go and pick the kids up now. Let's see where that takes me. It would be close. I've never passed the 300k. Right, I've got to go. We'll leave it there. Let's see how we get on. Right, I'm back. So, just to qualify, what happens is I took, we can see here, we're at 15k. I need another 5k to pass the 300k challenge, right? What I've done is I got in the car and I used my mobile phone, not while I was driving, but I used my mobile phone to close the trade because I was in a good spot. If I'd have left it open, I would have passed. But it is what it is. So there's still a job to do. So let me just get a frame of reference, right? So we've been pushing back up. Certainly looks like it could be still bullish. 1 minute, massively overbought. 15 minute, on our way up. 1 hour, still on our way up. So we've got to think we're probably going to do a little bit of a sell-off. But I still think that the momentum is bullish. So let us... I'm not going to go long here. I don't think it's a good idea to go long just yet. We need a little bit of a tapering off on the 5 minute. Theoretically, we could be coming down. This is a bit of a stiff resistance zone. Well, that was a lovely 5 minute candle, that. I do think we're probably looking at a little short sell, so we're going to go short here. 1 contract. The reason I'm going short is because we are massively oversold on the 1 minute and we're also at resistance. But I think I'm just going to be looking to take like $100 here, $100 there, just as a little snipe here and there, not on too much more, because I don't know, I just don't feel majorly confident. However, that's okay. Take that. So we need 2,500. So what does 2,500 look like if I was to do 2,500 on 10 contracts? Oh, it's not that far. Let's try and do 2 of them. Got a long way to go yet on this though. Should have held. Should have held, boy. $4.5K is what we need. I'd love a 300k account. Basically come back into balance, hasn't it? Back into balance and now it's selling off. Don't think I want to go long, but Let's have a little reshuffle. 5 minute. $15 No man's land at the minute, isn't it, really? Try a buy here. Put it for 1. I've got out there because that puts us on 1600, so we've got 4,000 left. I just like round numbers. Back in a sec. Right, 4K. Come on, we can do this. I'm gonna go short. I think. Thing is, we've got momentum on the side of the longs. I just think if it breaks here, it could go a lot higher. If you look at the daily candle, it's nearly closed. Sorry about all that mess. But you can see here, if you can take the daily open, we've got a bit of room to go, but not much. I do 10. I'll do $1,000. Right. What is it with -6 of the ask? $3,000 to go now. That was a cheeky little $1,000 there. Trouble is, could we do that again? We're pushing our luck. Wow. jumping everywhere. It's a new height. Or do we do this the old traditional way and just do a single contract and just let it look for the upside? I feel like we need a bit more of a pullback, if I'm honest. To bring this down a little bit. Try one contract short. What's that? Be careful here. Only thing that's concerning me is the pullbacks are getting smaller. In a sec. Oh, just keep me on this a second. Oh, let it go. Yeah. That's not what I wanted to say. Things become challenging because we've got to figure out how to get out of this. Right. Just a 5 minute break. Still got plenty of upside potential. Has opportunities to get out. I'm on the iPad, I need it. What? You don't need any, it's already got some in. I have to close this, take the loss, try to build back again because I'm not liking what I'm seeing. And I don't think I can turn it around by being stupid. It's too risky. The worrying thing is money flow's going down and prices still continue to go higher. Look like we are topping out. In 5 minutes, I'd expect some sort of a retracement. That's all I know. Okay. Yeah, in a minute. Every time. I'm taking it there because it's just nearly just over 2k to go now. Right, I probably should have fucking held that, but like, I was here for too long, arsing about. Anyway, we've got just over $2,000 to make. Where are we on the 1 minute? See, the 1 minute, see, we are going down now, right, which is good. So, hopefully if we come to the bottom here, might look to take a long, maybe if we close this gap, which is what I said previously, and then potentially look for another long. Because on the 5 minute, don't like we're too high up. On the 15 minute, starting to curve down a little bit. And again, if you look on the 15 minute, look at the rejections there. They don't look particularly great. So maybe downwards is the move, and I should have held on, but sometimes taking profit is just get you out of the vibe of panic stations. The thing is, 300k are the hardest to pass. Everything's against you. 7.5k in terms of what you've got to have for your drawdown, and 20k is the target. It's over 2 times the amount you've got to make in terms of the drawdown. So these should not be taken lightly, specifically when I'm just less than just over 2k to go. So let's see. Do we want to just try and do 2 trades, $1,000 a pop with 10 contracts, or is that too risky? Or do we just play it as is? I mean, right now I'm looking at the 5 minute, and it does look like bearish is the way. If I would have held, I probably would have passed by now. See if I can do a short term long. These are give me the signals. Too late. Fuck off. That's a perfect lineup. Fuck. So annoyed at myself. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Very difficult to read. Difficult market to trade in right now. Short term, I'd like this to drop a little bit more just to give us a touch of that. And then there's somewhat a level of confidence. May have missed it. I feel like that was a trap candle because it looks like it's ready to rock it. Oh, just about to hit buy. Oh, you know it. Yeah, I'm not topping out yet, are we? Might have to be patient here, fellas. See how this momentum indicator works, right? So now, you know, it's got plenty to work up to. So it's like, let the momentum die off a bit when this comes down, and then give yourself another boost. So you're not, you know, strangled and over exhausted. That was the most amazing opportunity today, though. You know, hitting these, and then I think I got in there. I had to take a bit of flak, and then, you know, we had some nice averaging in, right, on the way down. Luckily enough, I was only in one contract, or two contracts maybe, whatever it was, but just enough to not get chopped up. Obviously, we lost the other accounts, which was disappointing, obviously. But you know what? If someone said to me, "You're gonna pay," what did I buy? It was there were resets actually. I reset a 150 and two 300s, and I bought two 50Ks. Probably cost me about £120. Someone said to me, "Is a $300 account, 300k account," and I'm not saying I've passed, by the way, but and it's going to cost you 120 quid. I'd take it all day long, because they are the hardest to get. But the bonus is the huge amount of drawdown. Right now, if you're thinking, what have you got to make, 7.5k or 7k on the PA? You know, $200, $300, $500, $600 a day is very achievable with 7.5k drawdown. Do you know what I mean? That's why they're so powerful, but it's just difficult, so difficult to get. See if we can work a little bit of fat here. I can feel the buying power coming in for buys. It feels stronger. I'm just teething on where to get in. Let's try and get in here. So it doesn't bite us on the ass. Oh, you fucking bastard. I'll take that, because now we're just over 1.5k to go. That's all it needs. Little snips here and there. In fact, if I was to do 5 and do 500, what does that look like? Still looks like quite a lot. Better to just play it by ear. I know I should have held on. I know. But when you get to nearly 300k. No, not yet, mate. 10 minutes. Of course, the nervousness is as this goes up and starts to top out. And on the 5 minutes, we're nearly at the top. Got to be careful about longing, because we could get caught out. Specifically in this range of market now. We're just playing both sides. Something like that would be gorgeous. Need this to come up a bit higher. Really, we want it to go up a little bit higher because, you know, I'd be looking to short when we get here. Specifically because the 5 minute is also near the top. Maybe another little rotation and then a little up. But that was, you know, longing from there is stunning. Right at the bottom, right at the top. What was that? 200 point move. What? Yeah, top cupboard. You've just had some. And like when we get the perfect entry is when we come back in. So if we go over like this, don't get straight in on the short. Wait until it comes back into the line, and that's a much better entry. You know, sometimes it just hits the bottom, like here. You know what happens here? I mean, look at that one. Right at the bottom. Lovely move for you know, a few hundred points. Very close. Does the opposite when it goes to the top. It drops right off. The volatility index goes right down. I think it inverts volatility at the bottom and top. That looked like if I done 10 and I done $500. I mean, look how close that is. That's probably worth doing, right, because it's a bit risky, but it hasn't got to go back that far. It's broke out of there. Also topping out here. Looking for a big exhaustion candle, and I'll just actually lower this and just wait. Let it keep doing its thing, because this is like a blow off top. Gone in on 2. A bit of exhaustion. Lining up nicely. Continue to drive. Like so. It's holding it high. Needs a little push down. I'll do this. Okay. Just over $1,000. That was great again, look at that. I know I could have held, I know. We can build into it if we need to. I'll try to get to 19. Here we go. So we've got just less than 1,000. 5 minutes. Top cupboard. Oh, hang on. Alright. 5 minutes. How's the 5 minutes looking? Still not up there yet. Got $1,000 to go, fellas. Right, come on. Quite happy we took that profit there, actually. That's where we took profit. Right, our Asia's open. Bit of a trap at the moment, but I still think price is going to come a bit down. So let's see if we can do $500, right? Because it's not a big move with 10 contracts. We're in. There's one. Can we do it again? Be more confident if this was at the top. Might just wait a minute. That was a beautiful rejection there, though, gotta say. Yeah. Should be on soon. See what can happen. Like, look at that. I was just about to hit sell, and like, that's how crazy it can get. So this is super risky. Do you know what? I'm just gonna do it the old way. I'm gonna just try, because I think just teething up. Two big rejections on the 5 minute there. Too well just getting out of this, actually, if we can. We're pretty safe with 2 contracts. That was a strong note, right? Oof. Don't like all of this coiling up crap here. I was just gonna... Let's just get out of that trade. What's that now? 664, so we need about 340. I've just got to make a quick phone call, guys. I'm gonna have to pause this a second. Right, so not far to go. What? Yeah. Try and trade with kids. Very difficult. Very, very difficult. Trying to play shop, school, and everything else while I'm trading at the same time. Like this to come down to the bottom. Where I'll be on the 5 minute. Trouble is, the 5 minute is edging down now as well. Could be short all the way here. Just can't get in right now. I might just book it, you know. I'm just going to try and do what is it, 400. Just do 400. We'll do a buy. We'll do a buy and we'll do it -10. Let's wait for the big jump. There we go, fellas. $33.50 over 300k. I don't care how I pass that, right? There's not that for me is not how I'm going to trade. There was parts of how I trade there, but then there's the kind of quick $500,000 here and there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I didn't, I've got to be honest, but I'm just so happy that I've got a 300k passed. Take it for what it is. See you tomorrow.